How old are you? You don't have to say your exact age, just so.
Well, I'm 94, honey. Been a long time. Been living here 50 years. That's a long time.
What are some of the household chores you did as a child?
What is what?
Some of the household chores you did when you were a child.
Oh, wash dishes, sweep and clean up my room, help my mom. Do you do all those things?
No. Did you have a job outside of your home?
No. Well, many jobs back there. Work in the garden and things like that. Hide and go seek and ball, all kinds of ball and sports like that. And we play with dolls too.
What are some other ways you entertained yourself as a child?
The games?
Entertaining.
We didn't do much but reading and storytelling because we didn't have TV, radio, or any of those things.
What kind of transportation did you have growing up?
Oh, well, my daddy had a T-model Ford.
Wow. He was doing
We thought that
well.
was luxury.
Uh-huh.
And we would go to Raleigh. That was like taking a trip to New York.
How long did it take to drive from here to Raleigh?
Oh, about an hour.
That's not so bad, though.
I know one time it was so cold. I remember how cold we all got.
Uh-huh.
We had curtains on the windows. Didn't have any roll-up windows like they have now.
And you could take US 1 right into Raleigh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
That was a long time ago.
Where did you get your food as a child?
Well, we ate a lot of rice and oatmeal and dried fruits and dried beans.
And y'all made them, didn't you?
Yeah, Mama made big gardens and dried the fruits and dried the beans. And
Oh, so you grew all that in your garden?
yeah, we had big gardens, a lot of food to can and save and
Did you have a grocery you could go to?
a what?
Grocery store? Was there
Oh yeah, a little grocery store, but that's about all they had.
Uh-huh.
Had a few canned stuff, you know, and
So you didn't have to shop at the grocery very much?
no, and my father raised his meat and raised his hogs and his cows, killed a calf.
In town? Was this in town he kept
Mhm.
animals?
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, in the meal they all grew. They
We lived out in Mill Village.
Uh-huh. And you could keep,
And we probably
Yeah.
had chickens.
Animals
We had
in-
our own chickens,
that's
our own
interesting.
hogs, and
and the chickens laid the
raised
eggs.
everything.
Well,
Raised everything you eat practically.
So did your household chores include helping with the animals? Or did you have brothers
My brother
who
did
that?
most of that, and my sister and I helped inside and helped in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, we helped in the garden. And my mother, it was my mother's garden, and it was like somebody's flower garden. It was beautiful, just clean, and she had these running butter beans, and they would be so pretty blooming, and then they have all those beans and tomatoes and cucumbers and all that good stuff. Let's see what's the next one, Sue.
Did you have a TV or a radio as a
Oh,
child?
no, darling. I was in high school before we ever had a radio. Lights.
Yeah, you didn't have electricity, did you?
No, we had lamps.
Because y'all had to read and study by lamps.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, Marlon likes to tell that like it only applied to us, but nobody had lights. Nobody, you know.
That's what Mother
That's just
said.
the way times were back there.
And then did that come in the 1930s, the rural
About
electrification?
that, yeah. About the time I finished high school.
Yeah.
I finished high school in '35.
You had an indoor bathroom though, right?
Oh, we had outside.
You had outside bathrooms.
Necessary.
The necessary.
That's what Amy calls them. Necessary house. She still got hers in her backyard.
That's so
If I could find one, I'd
Yes, right.
I told my sister, I said, I had a rental house that had one on the property, but they apparently destroyed it. And I said, I wish they had done that. I'd moved it up to my house and put it in my backyard. She said, you know you wouldn't want that thing.
But it is a piece of history.
Oh, yeah. You know, they paint them around using for tool shed.
Did you find out about the news?
About what?
About the news. How did you
Oh,
find out about the news?
We had a paper. We had a daily paper and a weekly paper. And my mother read every word in it. My sister, when she said, well, somebody said it was in the paper. She said, I'll ask Mama. She'll know because she reads every word. Mama was a big reader.
Was it the Raleigh paper?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And then we had the grit. You remember that paper?
Oh, yeah. I delivered the grid. I had forgot all about that.
Mama loved that paper. And it had
My dad did.
kind of a household section, you know, all kinds of recipes and how to do this and that, the other, and she loved that part. About 48, I reckon. Seemed like we got
I think that's about
I
right.
might have been 50 though, because
See, it was
1950, honey, to be on the safe side.
it was 1954.
And I was the first
when
one
we
in the
got our
neighborhood
first
to have a TV.
You were?
And all men, when the shifts would change, when the World Series was on, they'd sit all on the floor. And I will never forget Mr. Denton. He said, I'm going to buy me one of them things. I'll tell you right now. And it won't long before he had one.
That thing's going to catch on. I like that. So, did you only get WRAL? Did you just get one station?
I think we only got WRL and WTVD. Lots of things have changed in my lifetime.
Yes, I'll say.
I don't know if, I'm sure it's for the good, you can't stop progress, but my mother would say, don't tell me nothing about the good old days. She said, no, give me
the here and now.
and future, yeah.
Do you remember any TV shows that were your favorites when you had
Which one is that, hon?
Right there, the last.
Oh,
Your favorite TV shows, Miss Joy?
favorite TV shows? I don't even know about that far.
How were you punished if you got in trouble in school?
Well, you have to stay in after school and write, I'm sorry for 200 times.
Did you ever get in trouble?
No, I didn't. And the day I graduated, our class in Wake Forest had the highest average in the state of North Carolina, and we waited 30 minutes for our commencement exercise. Mr. Benton was superintendent of school, and he waiting for verification from Carolina, and apparently that's where they graded them at. They thought, called him and told him they were almost sure, but, you know, wait a while. And everybody's sitting there waiting for graduating and waiting for them to call us. And sure enough, they called us, and we had the highest average in the state of North Carolina.
Can you remember any world events that happened, that you heard about happening in the news?
On the news, World War II. I think everybody remembers where they're at then. I didn't get a telephone before I was married. We didn't have a telephone. We just had a radio. That's all we had. When I was a little girl, when you had supper, you helped with the dishes. Then my grandfather lived with me, and he run a little store. And we'd go in his room with him and help him count his money, because we thought he had more money than anybody in the world. He'd have a little sack, sugar sack, with pennies and nickels and dimes. And he always had sweet potatoes roasting under the fireplace, and black walnuts cracked. So we had black walnuts and sweet potatoes every night after supper, and read the funny paper and counting money. That was exciting life. That's the beauty part of living in a mill village. It was like one big family. I read a book that said that somebody had written about living in a mill village, and said if Johnny didn't come home for supper, I didn't worry, because I knew he was eating supper with somebody. If they were there, you fed them all, and one person's troubles was your troubles. And it was really a good life.